We're about to move into the final and most important pillar of the applied focus model for success. It is, as you can see, people. It is the last pillar noted in the model, but it is the most important. You know, we continually harp on the value of paying attention to the people who work for you or with you. That concept, how to achieve it, is the total basis for the two books, The Wrong Bottom Line and How to Change It, and The Wrong Bottom Line Still. Every concept and activity in those books are from actual practices, and they work. But by the way, we aren't alone in this concept. For many years, the Gallup organization has studied this phenomenon. They call it employee engagement and have involved more than 17 million employees. Through their studies, they estimate that not engaging employees cost U.S. businesses more than $300 billion in lost productivity alone. According to Gallup, in its analysis from data of more than 152 organizations, there is a dramatic difference between the top and bottom quartile work groups on key business outcomes, and it is directly tied to employee engagement. It shows up in productivity, in profitability, in safety incidences, and absenteeism. Additionally, our own investigation shows it also affects employee attitude, employee loyalty, and the length of time individuals remain with the organization. It is a factor in the production of success or failure of organizations, and in my review, it is a major factor in the success or failure of new startup businesses particularly. As I've noted in my books, it all boils down to a simple formula. GNSP equals HLOS, which greater number of successful people, the higher level of organization success. We suggest you view the YouTube video. Don't overlook the trees for the forests. I see three basic reasons why leaders do not follow this path. Number one, they don't know how. Number two, it isn't worth the effort. And number three, they're afraid of losing power or becoming less important. Number one can be solved by paying attention to what is covered in this Effective Leadership series and the Wrong Bottom Line books, or there are some other good sources. Number two, according to Gallup, it is a revenue advantage. It makes money. It's not a waste of time. Number three happens either because of not understanding or experiencing leadership involving others. It has been my observation and actual experience that when you pay attention to your people and you work with them, just the opposite is true. You actually gain power. There is a fourth reason that a few position holders have. I can't call them leaders, and I've seen it too often, and that is arrogance, which frankly I call insecurity. Remember that working with the people instead of trying to be above them actually increases your power. If you go back to the example of Ed and Steve, remember in session 1 of the introduction of this whole thing, you find so-called leaders who people just tolerate. Employees wouldn't walk across the street for either one of these guys, let alone produce at their best. Reflect on your own experiences. Who do you respect the most, appreciate the most, and will work hardest for? Remember that people are your greatest asset, more than money. They are the true and important bottom line in whatever opportunity you have of working with people. Remember that. Treat them as the important entity that they are. And by the way, thanks to Amy Heiser for some help in this information. Hope you remember that and hope to see you again. Thanks.